What if China becomes the world's only superpower? Chapter 1. The Rise of China. China's rise to global dominance is a story of vision, persistence, and strategic brilliance. By the mid-21st century, China becomes the world's largest economy, leading in technology, artificial intelligence, and infrastructure. China becomes not just an economic giant, but a technological powerhouse, investing heavily in innovation and infrastructure. Chapter 2. The Decline of the West. The West faces economic stagnation, political polarization, and social unrest. The United States and European Union struggle to maintain global dominance as China surges ahead, reshaping the world's power dynamics. The US dollar loses its status as the global reserve currency to the yuan. Chapter 3. China's military ascendancy. China's military power grows exponentially. The People's Liberation Army, PLA, becomes the most advanced military in the world with technological superiority in cyber warfare, air defense, and space technologies. China's global military presence reshapes geopolitics, leading to new security frameworks. Chapter 4. The Chinese economic system takes over. China's state capitalism becomes the model for global economic systems. Its companies dominate industries such as technology, finance, and manufacturing, setting global standards. The Chinese yuan replaces the dollar, and the Chinese economic model is widely adopted around the world. Chapter 5. The world under Chinese influence. As China rises, it extends its influence across the globe, particularly in Africa, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. Countries turn to China for economic assistance and political alignment, reshaping global governance systems in favor of Beijing's priorities. Chapter 6. The spread of Chinese culture. Chinese culture becomes a global force. Mandarin becomes the world's most widely spoken language, and Confucian values influence international politics and social systems. Chinese cinema, literature, and media dominate the global cultural scene, replacing Western cultural exports. Chapter 7. Technological revolution. China leads the way in AI, biotechnology, and space exploration. Its advancements in autonomous vehicles, smart cities, and quantum computing set global trends. However, these advancements come with concerns about personal freedoms and privacy as China's surveillance state grows. Chapter 8. Environmental leadership. China takes the lead in combating climate change, investing heavily in renewable energy and sustainable infrastructure. As the world's largest producer of solar power and electric vehicles, China sets the global standard for environmental stewardship and climate change mitigation. Chapter 9. Social control and surveillance. The Chinese government uses technology to monitor and control its population. The social credit system and widespread surveillance shape everyday life, becoming a model for other nations. While providing stability, this system also limits individual freedom. Chapter 10. The New Global Order. With China at the helm, the global order shifts. The traditional powers of the West lose influence as China creates a new world order based on its values. International institutions are reshaped to align with Chinese priorities, making China the central power in global governance. Chapter 11. A shift in global trade. As China becomes the world's only superpower, global trade follows its lead. The Chinese Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, expands into new territories, connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe through infrastructure investments. Trade agreements increasingly favor China's economic interests, and Chinese companies dominate markets worldwide. Chapter 12. China's space dominance. China's ambitions in space reach new heights as the country leads in space exploration and colonization. The establishment of Chinese colonies on the Moon and Mars, along with mining operations in space, gives China control over extraterrestrial resources. Space exploration becomes a new domain of Chinese supremacy. Chapter 13. A technocratic world order. China's authoritarian model, combined with its technological advancements, leads to the rise of a technocratic world order. China's government, with its top-down control and long-term planning, sets the global standard for efficient governance. Other countries adopt similar governance models, placing technology and efficiency above individual freedoms. Chapter 14. The resistance to China. Not all nations and peoples embrace China's rise. Some resist the Chinese model, forming alliances to push back against Beijing's influence. This resistance sparks regional conflicts, and in some cases, proxy wars as smaller nations align with non-Chinese powers in an attempt to preserve their independence. Chapter 15. Global populism in a Chinese world. In the wake of China's dominance, populist movements gain momentum in several countries. People begin to question the effectiveness of democracy under the overwhelming influence of China. As the global political landscape shifts, many nations look to China's centralized governance as a possible solution to their internal problems. Chapter 16. The future of democracy. Democracy, especially in the Western sense, faces a serious challenge. As more countries adopt China's model of governance, democratic values are increasingly seen as inefficient and outdated. In many parts of the world, people begin to believe that stability and growth, as exemplified by China, are more important than the freedoms traditionally associated with democracy. Chapter 17. The Digital Empire. China's control over the digital realm grows. Chinese tech giants dominate the internet, cloud computing, and digital finance. The Great Firewall of China expands globally, controlling what people can access online and shaping the global narrative. Other countries, under Chinese influence, adopt similar systems of digital control. Chapter 18. Global education under Chinese influence. Chinese educational systems become the global standard. The country's rigorous educational model, combined with its technological advances, produces a highly skilled global workforce. Universities around the world begin to adopt Chinese teaching methods, and Mandarin Chinese becomes a required language in schools across the globe. Chapter 19. The changing nature of work. China's technological advancements transform the global workforce. Automation, AI, and robotics revolutionize industries, with China leading the charge. Workers in traditional industries face displacement, while new job sectors centered around technology, data science, and renewable energy emerge. China's efficient economic model is lauded for its ability to quickly adapt to these changes. Chapter 20. A unified world under Chinese leadership. In the final chapter, the world's nations are increasingly unified under Chinese leadership. While some regions maintain a level of independence, most countries acknowledge China as the central global power. This new world order creates a balance of stability, though it comes at the cost of personal freedoms and political diversity. With China at the helm, the world enters a new era where the pursuit of technological progress, environmental sustainability, and economic growth takes precedence over traditional notions of freedom and democracy.